Welcome back to the Furious Fortress, all you angel winged warriors. We have with us this week Joe, Righteous Joe, and Furious Brad yet again, and we are reviewing Star Wars The Last Jedi. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. This is the spoiler-free edition, and here's Righteous Joe.
All right, so my spoiler-free thoughts on it. It's a fun movie. I liked several of the characters. The action scenes are great. You get some good star battle, some good space fights going on. You get some fun hand-to-hand fights as well. I had an issue with some of the characters. Some of the characters that I thought I was looking forward to some different story beats from ended up falling a little flat for me and going a different direction. But I was glad to see characters like Rose and Vice Admiral Holdo that ended up coming up out of nowhere and really surprising me with their performances. Overall, the movie looks fantastic, good in motion. Of course, it's got a great score and good voice acting. Well, voice acting in general. So, with those disappointments, though, with the things that I thought they did wrong, with some of the story beats that I thought were misguided, and some of the characters that still don't feel mature to me, I'm afraid that this one is taking home a 7 from me. What about you, Brad?
I liked it better than Episode 7, I'll say that. And I liked Episode 7, and I liked it way better than Rogue One.
Yeah.
There were some things that I didn't think were wonderful. I feel like there's a lot of, and I think all the Star Wars movies do it, and it drives me nuts. But there's a lot of just, and it's not a lot at one time. But if you went through the whole movie and added up these little scenes where they just show a spaceship fly off, or a planet in the distance, or some stars, or it's a lot of filler scenes to me that have no bearing on the movie whatsoever. And that movie's 2.5 hours long, and I bet you there's 8 to 10 minutes of that in there. Just it's nothing. It's just okay. We know it's in space. We know this. So you don't have to keep
right.
showing us space.
Yeah.
But it does look good. I liked most of the characters. There was a couple that I thought they could have done more with. There was one of the main characters. I really liked the actor, but I was disappointed with one of the characters.
Yeah.
We can, I guess, talk more in depth. We don't want spoilers, but talk more in depth about it later. But I did like it. I don't want people to think I didn't like it. But I gave it a 7.5. I'm hard to please.
Yeah.
So far we've got a 7 from Righteous Joe and a 7.5 from Furious Brad. They're both coming from a background of a lot of prior knowledge about the Star Wars universe, and so kind of as an outsider now, I've seen all the movies, but I'm not like steeped in the lore, and I don't have a lot of prior knowledge about the subject at hand. So coming from that perspective and just kind of witnessing it as a viewing spectacle, my review is a little bit higher rated than theirs. Characters, I thought the characters were really well developed. I mean, you already got most of them in Episode 7. A lot of them from the original series. I thought there was some relationships built between characters that I really enjoyed seeing. And like I said, I came in kind of without prior knowledge or kind of speculation on what was going to be taking place. We had discussed a little bit about what we thought going into it, but I didn't really know for sure. So really liked the characters. They actually added some characters in and some actors in. That Benicio del Toro was one of them that totally unexpected. So I appreciated that. I thought the characters were well developed. The set and setting, I mean, it's a beautifully shot movie. The set is really well done. There's a scene towards the end of the movie we were talking about, like colors in particular being something that comes through really strong on screen. So and even the island where someone in particular resides, there's a lore and a background with that. But it just the scenery is really pretty. The characters are not only well developed at this point, but you also get the like side characters that are in there that are otherworldly, but I thought they looked really good and interacted really well. And then overall entertainment factor, I thought the reason that I gave that a little bit lower score, and it kind of brought my score down some, was because of the same reason that Brad mentioned. It seemed like for such a long movie, there were periods of time where you're going, like, let's get on with it. We know what's going on. It's just, pew, pew, and then, 5 minutes later, the battle scene actually takes place. So, overall, I gave it a 9.0. It's much higher than theirs was, but like I said, it's coming from just a purely, is this entertaining? Do I like the characters? Is it visually nice? And for me, all those things pretty much hit the mark. The only thing that I didn't enjoy about it was the length. That wasn't, it doesn't keep you locked on the whole time like it should for a 2.5 hour movie. So overall, we got Joe gave it a 7.0, Brad gave it a 7.5, and I give it a 9.0, bringing the overall score to a 7.8. So any extra things that you guys want to throw out there?
There was they did a lot more comedy.
That's exactly what I was about to talk about.
And some of it I thought was good, but I thought they did too much. I thought it was... There's a particular scene towards the end of the movie that I thought it was really stupid to put it in there. A lot of people laughed, and I may have laughed at the time, I don't remember, but thinking back on it, I was like, that was really dumb. It brought down the seriousness of the situation.
Well, and the way they kicked the movie off, though, some of the humor they kicked that first scene off with, though, was spot on. I thought that was the best executed humor in the entire film. I feel like some characters that they were leading to be main characters in this series had virtually no role in this film. I mean, they were there, but they didn't impact the main story at all. You could have completely taken them out, and the rest of the film would have gone on with no issue, in my mind. So,
I don't agree with that at all.
Okay.
But I think that's what you're getting from this is, and I think that's the reason that it was so long, is because you've got so many characters that are main characters that they're trying to show bits and pieces of each of them, and what you end up getting is stories that are like intermingled. You get really good spots of each of them at different times, and then you've got the times in between where they're trying to connect them, and that's what feels like it's real slow and drawn out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I agree or disagree with the character necessarily that you're talking about, but I think that's why, is because there's so many at this point. You've got the ones from the old that you're wanting to see do all this stuff in the new series. You've got all the new characters that have been introduced, and even there you've got several that you could branch off and do completely their own series with if you wanted to. So they're showing like little snippets here and there and then connecting them with these kind of like lag periods, if you will.
Well, I'll tell you why I disagree, because the person you're talking about, what him and the other one with him are doing, completely alters what happens to the main group of people. If situation A had played out, then this would have happened with the main group and the main fleet. But that situation didn't play out, so then they go to situation B. Well, it doesn't work either, and so they end up having to change the whole...
Yeah, it just... A lot of what they showed, and I think this gets into a lot of what we're talking about with scenes that don't need to be there. I felt like a lot of that character's scenes were filler scenes. I think that's more what it is with me with that character.
I'd agree with that, but I think the storyline they were doing was
it was definitely
impactful. But they did have some of the scenes with him and the other person that.
Oh, sorry. Well, it's a character.
It is
a character.
But scenes with them that I thought were just like. And maybe they're trying to build something between them two. I don't know, but some of their scenes I thought were just, that's cool and all. What's going on with the real thing?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But the one comment that I'll make, and this will be the last thing that I'll say about it, is that in between those lag periods, the scenes that hit super well.
Yeah.
The time of the action and some of the way that they filmed certain parts of the action where things kind of slow down, speed up. There's when the action is on, it is on like 100%, and it's beautiful. First of all, it is visually beautiful, and then second of all, it's super like when those times are happening, you are just latched on. And I thought that to me was why the entertainment factor was as high as it was because those scenes were, I thought they were phenomenal. And not being a big Star Wars guy, I can come in, not watch this, or not having watched any of them prior, even though I have, and watch this one and be like, dang, that was just a fun film to watch. It had some really good action in it.
I mean, there was 3 or 4 times where the people broke out in applause.
Yeah, in the theater, which was Brad goes, I don't think that they can hear them, but
I think clapping is. I've been to other movies that people have done it, and I think it's just really pointless.
Yeah.
I understand you appreciate the movie or whatever, but no one that worked on that movie knows you're clapping.
Yeah.
No one.
Now, I will say, there are some points, and especially, opening night, everybody's kind of amped up for it, where, I might let out a like, yeah, or woo,
Yeah.
but I'm not clapping for anybody.
No, I'm not clapping.
yeah. Well, I mean, you got to remember, some people, films like this, series that have gone on for 35, 40 years, whatever the case is, and they're so locked in that this is kind of what they, this is some of the stuff they live for.
Well, yeah, they were kids when it.
Yeah, this is their childhood, or this was passed down to them from their parents, whatever.
Well, that's why there's a big episodes 1, 2, and 3. Older people hate. I don't mind them that. I mean, I haven't watched them in a long time. If I watched them now, I'd probably have a lot more negative things to say about them. But when they came out, I was 11 when the first one came out, 12 when episode 1 came out.
Yeah.
So of course I loved them. I didn't care about now they talk about the acting, or I wasn't thinking about that when I was 11 or 12.
Right.
The on-screen magic's what
Right,
you're going
I was
for.
in the Star Wars. They talk about how bad the little kid that was Anakin. Well, I didn't think when I was 11, I wasn't like, oh, he's a terrible choice.
Like,
He is not a good actor.
He
Like,
drives a pod racer. That's cool.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, stay tuned. We've got more coming your way in the next probably couple weeks. I'm going to guess we've got some Netflix series of things that are coming out that we may be tuning into. So we got a lot more coming down the pipe. As far as website's concerned,
I need to work on the website, but we've got a lot of content on our YouTube channel. I'm working on getting over onto our website. We've got some movie reviews. We've got movie trailer reactions that Brad and I did for Jurassic Park, and we're going to get more of that stuff up. And we got what we're calling the Furious First series, where I'm playing the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of a game, commenting on it, so you get to kind of see just the first little bit of what those video games are. So stop over and check that stuff out. We're going to try to get that stuff up on the website, righteousfurymedia.com.
our Twitter is
At Right Fury Media.
Right Fury Media. And as Joe's already said, as far as the YouTube's concerned, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a follow, hit that whatever that thing is down there, so that way you get notifications whenever we've got a video that's uploaded. And stay tuned, guys, because like I said, we got a lot more coming down the pike. This is maybe the 4th or 5th one that we've been able to get out so far. But Righteous Fury Media, go check us out and stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.